Stardom 101. Stardom 101. Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast. Shining light on today's tastemakers
and innovators.
Kicking it with your host, Christopher Boykin. It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
It's Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast here back on iHeartRadio. Thank you guys once again for tuning into us weekly. We do this Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, shining light on the talented and most gifted individuals on the come up right now. The people literally on the rise to stardom. These people are doing the magnificent things. And today I had to make a stop up in Maryland. You know what I mean? The DMV area. My guy, Tony Nollo is in the building. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm good. How's everybody doing? You know, I'm blessed. It's Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm off work because it's MLK Day.
Yeah,
so
me too.
It's all good. It's all good.
There we go. And look, and we bringing that energy, man. It's MLK Day. We doing this early, man. Shout out
you
to
already know
who took the day off. That's what's up, man.
Right. Who took the day off if you didn't have the day off? You know, that day just means a lot. We should all have that off.
Real talk. We should all have it off, man. But like I said, I'm glad that we took the time to acknowledge that, brother. It's very important. Historical moment, monumental, means a lot. And if we don't protect our heritage and our history, man, you know, for crying out loud, they not even. So shout out to you. I'm off as well. That's what's up, man. There's an upcoming album, bro. People want to know about this upcoming album. First of all, let's start with that, man. I know you work on music, you do multiple things, but tell me about this album that's coming up and what can we expect from it?
Yeah, so the upcoming project, man, because I've been working on a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I wanted the project to drop in January, but it looked like it's going to be a little delayed because of, you know, like technical stuff like that, mixing and mastering and things like that. And just, you know, kind of building up that presence because at the end of the day, you don't want to just drop something there's nobody waiting for. So I'm trying to really kind of build the momentum, build the traffic and whatnot. But it's like the project, I've been playing around with the title, but the title of the new project is What's a Whole Meal Without an Appetizer? So that's the name of the new project or whatnot. Because, you know, when you go out somewhere, you order you a meal, you're going to usually get an appetizer most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
So the project basically started off as an EP, and then you end up getting a full meal messing with me because it's hard for me to make an EP because I keep adding songs. I keep having creative ideas. I just keep adding more to it. But what people should expect, you know, I'm a very transparent type of artist. You know, I really want to connect with people on like different topics. I'm more of a social conscious type artist, but I also like to make commercial music as well. So I kind of try to give people a eclectic range of stuff, but I'm more like if you was to compare me to an artist, I'm more like in the lane of a Big Crit, a Currency, a J. Cole, or Kendrick, or Wale type of category, like a Talib or somebody, Lupe Fiasco type of artist. That's kind of like how I come with it. When I was doing my looking at my analytics and stuff like that, it seemed like the most people I appeal to is from like the 35-year-old range up to like 44 and stuff like that. You know how you look at your analytics?
Yeah,
you can kind of see who's tapped in really with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up. How long did it take you to record like the actual project? Was it over a year, 2, 3 months? Like what was how much time did you put into the whole thing?
So I started working on this project in probably early 2023, something like that. So it basically is almost done. It's just maybe 2 or 3 more songs need to be recorded. I got one other featured artist that I'm doing some work with that's in California, an artist named Mama Mia. So yeah, it's just been basically kind of like just been working on it like piece by piece. Like I get this and I'm gonna add this song to it. Of course, you know, when you gotta wait for features, sometimes you gotta pay for your features and things like that. That can also kind of slow you down as well.
Yeah.
So I would say I've been working on probably almost a year.
Wow.
Realistic.
That's what's up,
Something
man.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have multiple producers, or like, do you have one main producer? You know how some people do solo projects with one producer. Did you have multiple people, different producers?
Yeah, I got multiple producers on it. So one of my go-to producers is a guy that go by the DMV Dr. Dre or whatnot. I mainly record out his studio. I have an in-house studio myself.
Nice.
And one of my boys who's a part of our whole team of called Fast Lane, my boy Prince Ryan is one of the main people, engineers out the house. You can almost say 50% of the album was done in the house, and we sent it off, we mixed and mastered. And the other part was with DMV Dr. Dre, and I think it was like maybe one other studio. So about 3 studios, I think, altogether. So I've been recording it in different places, but DMV Dr. Dre did some production. I got some other internet producers. I got another guy named Joe Robb that did some production on it. And I got a couple different.
Quite a few. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I got a couple different producers because the thing is, you don't always want to work with just strictly one producer, even though they could be dope. But you want those different sounds because there's certain elements that these other producers going to give you versus that one person. Because, everybody kind of has their signature sound, especially if they've been doing it for a while. So I use probably about 3 to 4, maybe more than that, different producers. But yeah, I try to only record in limited studios because even if you get your stuff mixed and mastered, if you record in too many different places, you can hear the sound quality when the whole project is done. And I have noticed that from past projects. So just keep that sound kind of like, I guess you could say,
consistent.
Kind of consistent, exactly.
Yeah, I see. Are you gonna shoot some? People who do some music videos, they kind of get into that director hat. And are you big on that, shooting videos to singles or songs and letting your visuals speak for yourself?
Yeah. Exactly. So I have one video that's already been released for it from the project for a song called Let's Vibe, which is actually also on another project, but I just kind of like crossed it over to this one. So you got the single Let's Vibe that's out for it right now. I got a video I'm about to drop featuring a artist from the group Like Blood. His name is Businessman E. So my new single I'm about to put out in a couple of weeks is called Fly Me In, which has been around for a while. I just been sitting on the video. I had to get it edited and a couple other things was going on in the process. But the newest single is going to be called Fly Me In. And that's coming up, and that's been long awaited. People have been looking for that.
Dope. That's what's fire, man. You come up as an independent artist. Talk about that for a little bit, because a lot of people think everything is an overnight success and it don't happen like that, and then being independent, like I said, it's a whole difference from that major machine behind you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do everything from the ground up. So tell me about your process, man. You come up as an independent artist. What was it like?
Of course, with just like anything, you got to stay dedicated. It hasn't really been necessarily easy, but because of the love of the music, that's what kept me going. So I've been doing music since even before high school. Like my best friend Ollie actually got me into doing music. He started doing music before me, and I just kind of started writing and just stuck with it. So we started off doing music in my parents' garage. Wow. Like we had the karaoke boombox and one, how you got one thing that's picking up everything in the background. Then eventually, then we was recording out of my parents' basement. Then eventually we started recording in real studios. And, we just tried to network with just different people. But coming from the DMV, our main thing is go-go. So the music scene, it's only a couple of artists that really made it out. But the DMV, you got people like way back. If you go all the way back, you got like Black Indian, you got Nonchalant, you got Wale, you got Tabby Benet. Then on the R&B side, you got people like Genuine and stuff like that. But as far as just on the independent side, with us, it's kind of like trial and error. Like one of my homeboys, that's my business partner, he learned from his cousin of certain business things. This is before even the internet really became what it is now. We didn't have all the connections. A lot of times people overlook the DMV. So it was more like once we found certain things here and there, it was just a whole trial and error of the situation. And this person might know something like in 2008, there was this was before Shorty Lopez, obviously. But we opened that. It was a club in DC. It's gone now. It was called Lux Lounge. But I think at the time it was called the Avenue. We opened for Shorty Low. And that was when we used to go by a group called Diamond Family. And that was like way back. That was one of our biggest things, but we didn't really follow up as much. But then in my college years, like me and my roommate, we had the studio in our room in college. So we was recording stuff. We had different groups out of there. And it's just been consistently, we just kept going at it, like hoping that we just get the right connections. We had ran into a couple of people that promised us certain things, or we felt like it was going to really make it. But then it's just like, it was like let down. Then it's like, all right, we're going to try this, keep trying this. And that's kind of like what leads us to where we at now. So it's not an easy process.
Absolutely.
You're definitely going to spend a lot of money. You definitely gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to definitely have to go out of town and collaborate with people. I actually got to meet Crazy Bone, which was dope. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah. He actually rode in my car and everything. We went to a bar in Cleveland. I actually worked with a couple of his artists, and that's how I ended up meeting him. So I had to go. I went all the way to Ohio probably about 3-4 times. Drove out there myself with different people with me just to make things happen. So the biggest thing is you have to keep networking. You have to keep plugging in with people. Like I done seen, we're working with artists under Bone, where I started getting fans I would have never had if I didn't go out there and network and spend the money with the artists that's under the umbrella.
I see. That's what's up, bro. And I know a lot of what you do too. You put your real life in your music. You know how some of these rappers, some of these artists, man, they rap fictional about what they want. You know, they dream and they're like, nah, but you put your real life in that, man, and a part of that is your spiritual views. You know, can you tell me about your spiritual views and just real life in general, how you really stay true to yourself, your message, and you influx that in your music?
So, of course, you know, I grew up in a Christian household. I went to a Catholic school for about 9 years. Then that's when I went to a public high school after that. So it was always about God in the house. So I wasn't we went to church at one point almost like every Sunday. But as I got older, I became more spiritual and religious. I know I'm from a Baptist background, but I went to a Catholic school because of the curriculum. Wow. So that's why my parents put me in a Catholic school all that time. So it was like sometimes it was kind of conflicting when they would be taking like their communion. I didn't take communion with them because I'm Baptist. Wow. I'm not going to take communion at the church and the school. I participate in like Ash Wednesday and stuff like that. You know, they put ashes on your forehead. But the main thing is what's been keeping me grounded is just my personal relationship with God. And I always feel like if you're true to who you are in your music, you really don't have to look over your shoulders. Because if you live in the life that you live in, it's not too much targets on you. I mean, of course, the inevitable can always happen. Sure. There can always be somebody that's going to hate you regardless of who you are. But you have a better chance of survival and a better chance of people not really lurking for you if you really who you are. So
that's what's up.
My main thing is my whole morals and everything. That's what kind of has kept me grounded of, you know, who I want to be, the person I am.
That's what's up, man. And shout out to you, bro, for standing up and having principles and morals. A lot of people, you know, in this industry, man, they ain't got none. And they out here doing God knows what, looking crazy, doing anything. Bro, it's crazy. What's happening to stuff you and I know, we see on social media, we're like, what the what?
I'm telling you.
But I love to hear, man. Bro. It's dark. It's a dark time, bro. It's dark.
It's a dark time, man. So, it's such a dark time.
Shout out to you, man, for standing on that, standing on what you believe in, man, and not like I said, not going and feeling that peer pressure of society in the world. You know, everybody trying to go viral right now. You know what I'm saying, Tony? Exactly. Everybody trying to go viral, and it ain't even worth it. Your soul ain't even worth it, bro. Yeah,
it's not worth your soul. I'm telling you,
man. So I appreciate that, man. Do you do a little motivational speaking, brother? Yeah, I can hear it all in you, man. I know I can hear you getting the speaking gigs too, bro. Is that a lane for you?
It's funny that you asked that because a couple years back, I ran across something I was on the internet. And I ran across some motivation things. Of course, they want you to pay all of this money to get started, but it's something I've been interested. And a lot of times, like one of my boys who's a part of my music circle as well, who's one of my business partners, he was like, you know, you should definitely keep continuing. Cause like sometimes I go live on Facebook and say motivational stuff. He was like, yeah, you need to keep doing that. Wow. And things like that. Cause I'm kind of in that lane and I kind of want to really get back into that. Cause I feel like there's a lot of people that need to hear some uplifting stuff.
Absolutely.
That might be going through the same stuff I experienced. And, you know, I might be even a voice for them because they might be scared to talk, or they just don't feel like they have the voice to do it. But sometimes you got to be that example.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Any shows, tours coming up, bro? Any performances coming up? People can catch you live.
I'm definitely trying to get back into it. I haven't really performed in a while. Last time I performed was last year. Me and my cousin, we have a duo group called Differently Familiar, but both of us have kind of been working on solo projects. And me and my cousin, we performed together a couple of times. But as of lately, hasn't really been anything in 2024 yet. I'm definitely trying to plug in out here. Anything that's in like New York, Jersey, any of that tri-state area. I definitely want to move around a lot more in 2024 because people can hear your music, but they want to put a face to it. You know, you got to get out and physically connect with people because that's a whole different thing right there.
You are planning to expand like in other industries? You know, some artists, they kind of do the film, TV. Some people do the fashion. You know, most people call it a bag, right? How many bags you got? How many different lanes you can go?
I mean, bags,
right? So do you foresee yourself getting into any media, the big screen, anything of that nature? Ever even cross your mind?
Yeah, actually this year, because my team, Fastlane, we have our own film team. We got cameras and everything. So we actually have a movie on YouTube right now. And, you know, shout out to my team, Fastlane. We have a movie out right now called Hands of Blood that we shot completely in my house. And we shot in my neighborhood. So Hands of Blood is on YouTube right now. People want to check that out. That's the only movie we did right now. But we working on some more stuff. I have a movie I'm trying to work on like for Halloween that we probably sometimes even the late spring, early summer. I want to start working on that. So I definitely want to do a little film stuff. I was doing like cooking segments on Instagram at one time. I want to get back into that.
Wow.
And yeah, we actually had our own version of Rap City at one point that we was working on.
Okay.
That we're gonna bring back so that we can have a platform for up and coming artists to show their videos as well. Because, you know, right now you can't really look at music videos hardly anywhere.
Yep. You're right, bro. You're right.
You can find a music video. You can randomly go on YouTube and see maybe Rick Ross got a new video, maybe 50 or somebody might have dropped something. You might see Jones or Nas somewhere, but you don't really hear people talking about music videos too much no more.
Yeah.
So we try to bring a platform back for that we can have our own stuff on there, but also display other up and coming artists as well.
Nice. Yeah. I remember, Tony, once upon a time, man, some years back, obviously the digital streaming era changed everything, but there was video shows. There was actual video shows, right? There was platform. I think MTV had one, a couple of MTV. Yeah, that's right. And I'm thinking about, you're right though. There's no video shows. But that element has kind of faded away. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing, flooded via, YouTube flooded this. And I think that platform is definitely needed. You know what I mean? Because people don't want to search 455. Nah, I want to go to this platform. This is a video show. So that's fire right there. I like that element. Yeah, we need those good things back, man. That's what's up.
We do. I mean, I miss Rap City.
Yeah, that was a joint, bro.
All those old shows. We had the box at one time. That's way back. A lot of
they don't even know about that.
They don't know about the box. The box was a whole nother situation. That was way back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. What's going on with the DMV artists, man? Do you think the DMV or just Maryland in general? Let's keep it specific. Do you think they get the proper recognition that they deserve? The artists out there, I know there's a lot of talent out there, bro. So, what do you think from your perspective? Do y'all get your just due? Yeah, so do you think, bro, the DMV literally, or just Maryland in general, right? That is a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of individuals out there bubbling, go. We know about the era of the sound or whatever have you. But do you think that the city gets its rightfully just due, its right flowers? Do you think people overlook it? What is your perspective right now on that market literally getting it is just due and deserving of the recognition for the talent that's out there?
So we had this discussion a couple of times, me and a couple of my some artists, a couple of homeboys had a conversation. I feel like Maryland, if you put in a DMV cluster, but I feel like all of it gets overlooked. Maryland, DC, and the early parts of Virginia that's still considered the DMV before you get deep in Virginia.
Sure.
I feel like because like most people, especially if you think about DC, they think about, that's the government. It's like a political town.
Sure.
Then you got Maryland, technically, which is looked at as almost as the outskirts of DC, like the burbs. And then you got Virginia, like an extension of DC. But because of go-go, the main thing is that's how Wale became who he was, because he tapped in with go-go. But I feel like a lot of times they look over us because it was a thing where it seemed like in the past A&Rs ain't really come to DC looking for artists because it's not a musical town. The DMV is so I feel like a lot of us are being overlooked. And then one thing that I notice a lot of DMV artists do, they emulate other places like drill rap, like Chicago, or they emulate down south artists. So a lot of us don't have an original sound. So therefore, everybody's copying something. As like there's one guy, one studio I used to record out in Baltimore. He said, basically he used the term, a lot of artists are like cookie cutter type artists. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like we really do get overlooked, and we always gotta like move around a lot just to get anything. A lot of times they say you need to really leave the DMV if you really want to get on, or you're going to be in so many different places like outside of it, because our actual home don't really show us love. People out the country show you love. Other places, maybe up north, the Midwest will show you love, maybe the West Coast. And sometimes it's kind of hard to identify who is your real niche artist, niche artist, like audience.
That's what's up, man. Are you still in that R&B rap group, brother? Are you still a member of that group as well, too? Are you still doing the collaboration? Yeah. 9-7, yeah.
Yeah, 9-7 barely exists anymore. We never really disbanded, but one of our group members a couple years back got killed. One of the R&B singers, he got killed actually by like his stepson or something. It was wild.
Wow.
And he passed away. And the other R&B singer we had, he just kind of went in a different direction. He barely does music anymore. And it just basically left 3 rappers, which me, myself, Tony Nollo, then you got Prince Ryan, and you got the artist Damo. And it kind of like, we just transitioned into the whole fast lane movement with the film company and the artists and stuff like that. So basically 9-7 became fast lane, and that's pretty much where it was at.
That's what's
up.
But
we had a compilation we were working on, and the compilation supposed to be coming back. It's going to be like a fast lane compilation featuring other DMV artists or just anybody we can collab with.
That's what's up, man. Any last shout outs you want to get to anybody in your team, bro? Any supporters? There's some people in the background, always constantly supporting what we do in the forefront. We in the public arena, but we got family, we got loved ones, we got a management team, we got a squad behind us. This is that moment, that time where you can let them know how you appreciate them and the work and all that as well. Did anybody come to mind?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my whole team. Fast Lane, my cousin Noah Darius, who's part of Differently Familiar. My best friend who got me into this music thing altogether. My mother for always supporting the music stuff that I've been doing. My family down in like Roanoke, Virginia, and just like, my home girl in New York. She been supporting me and holding me down and stuff like that. And just everybody, especially the people that's a part of the Bone Cult group, like the TL family, because ever since I started doing stuff with one of the artists, Kane, that's under Crazy Bone, that whole Bone Cult group has just been so supportive. Like my Facebook family, all of them affiliated artists with them, and it seemed like the people that you never even met in person support you more than the people that's right there around you in your backyard.
Yep, that's a whole nother conversation.
You already know that's a whole rabbit hole right there.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Well, we appreciate you.
Shout out to all the real ones.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to the real ones. Let's shout them out, man.
All the real ones. Anybody that I couldn't even think of off back. All the real ones. Anybody who truly supported me, just like shout out. Family, friends, associates, even the enemies. that, you know what I'm saying, that might be out there to even support him, you know what I'm saying?
Because you know they do.
Because you know the enemy gonna support you, they're gonna be hating.
Yep. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, the listeners. I appreciate it, man. Tony, it's been a pleasure, brother. Absolutely. The new single, Fly Me In, is on the way. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for that. YouTube, man, go check out Hands of Blood, man. That film is up out there. The brother is working. He got projects he's working on. Y'all heard what he's doing. Y'all see what he's working on, man. If you want to collab with him, you want to do features, do business with him, the man is out here working. He's in the DMV. He's in Maryland. Look him up. Check him out, man. As you know what we do, we plug people. We plug the people that's really deserving of it. People just like Tony Nollo, man. It's been a complete honor chopping it up with you, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, tell people they can follow me on IG, official T Nollo, on Facebook, Tony Nollo, YouTube, Tony Nollo. If you Google me, Tony Nollo, I'm at the top of the Google feed. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm always willing to work. So let's do it. Let's network.
There you go.
Let's make it happen.
That's what's up. It's Stardom101 Magazine, iHeartRadio. This episode is called Music Matters, featuring my guy, Tony Nollo. Make sure y'all tune into us every week. Y'all know what we do. We preach to the platform. It's the platform where they can rise literally to stardom, man. And Tony's the perfect example of that. Stay tuned next week for another dope episode. As we always do, peace until next time. We gone.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom101 Magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom101 Magazine Podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.